Hey friends, it's Dean. I'm in Big Bear Lake taking a field trip from Orange County, and I'm at the 21st annual Big Bear Fun Run where they're showing off their classic cars. Let's go take a look. The Big Bear Fun Run is a major fundraising effort in the form of a car show held every year on the second week in August in the village of Big Bear Lake. In 1982, a group of people who shared a common interest in vintage automobiles started the Big Bear Lake Antique Car Club. This annual event raises on average $15,000 to $20,000 given to local groups to provide various services in this community. While I was enjoying the day with my family, I took some time to compile a top 10 list based on the answers to my question of the day. What was your favorite song written about a car? Pretty simple, right? That's what I thought anyway. I mean, even though these car enthusiasts were very friendly and had no problems with me photographing their sweet rides, almost none of them wanted to be on camera themselves. Maybe it's my people skills. I'm probably rusty. I'll have to work on that. But I did get enough responses to make a list. And a couple of the choices did catch me off guard. I was a little surprised. Nevertheless, here's the list. Before I get to the top 10, here were some honorable mentions. Barracuda by Heart, which isn't even a song about a car. It was about Ann Wilson's aggravation with the behavior of their record label, and it remains one of their most famous songs. El Camino by Ween. Mustang Sally by Wilson Pickett, about a girl who lives the wildlife in her Mustang. Wilson Pickett warns her that she needs to slow down, and the songwriter, Sir Mac Rice, points out that the original title was Mustang Mama, but Aretha Franklin convinced him to change it. Dead Man's Curve by Jan and Dean, about a fateful race between a Jaguar XKE and a Corvette Stingray. Pink Cadillac by Bruce Springsteen. Cars by Gary Newman, which is one of my personal favorites, and I'm surprised it didn't make it to the top 10. Beep Beep by the Playmates, about a Cadillac's misadventure with a little Nash Rambler. And 409 by the Beach Boys. And now for the top 10 songs written about a car. Number 10, One Piece at a Time by Johnny Cash and the Tennessee Three, a humorous tune about a Detroit auto worker who day by day watches Cadillacs roll by him on his assembly line and decides to build his own car by sneaking out one piece at a time. I imagine that Johnny Cash enjoyed singing it because he himself worked the line at an auto plant in Detroit back before he was a singer. Give the tune a spin around the block and see if it don't put a smile on your face. Number 9, Mercedes-Benz by Janis Joplin, also known as The Politician. She sang the song a cappella and in one take. It was, of course, not really about the car, but was a critical slap at what she viewed to be a materialistic society. Janis Joplin never got her Mercedes-Benz, but she did have a 1965 Porsche that was painted to become a piece of hippie art. Number 8, G.T.O. by Ronnie and the Daytonas. Even though it originated from Nashville, this is a great surf rock tune about the new Pontiac introduced in 1964. G.T.O. stands for Gran Turismo Homologado. During that period, singer-songwriter John Wilkin already had the nickname Bucky, but then adopted the stage name Ronnie Dayton. He and his high school buddy Lee Kraft hired a group of rotating bandmates who became known as the Daytonas. Together, John and Lee wrote this classic which hit number 4 and earned them a gold record. Number 7, Red Barchetta by Rush. Inspired by a short story by Richard Foster titled A Nice Morning Drive, Neil Peart crafted a masterpiece of literary imagery and visceral freedom with this number. The automobile, actually pronounced Barchetta, is a classic built-for-speed Italian sports car made by Ferrari, but could also be a Fiat or an Alfa Romeo. I interpret the song as one of personal freedom, connecting to the glorious past while driving into the exultant future. But that's just me. Number 6, Panama by Van Halen. Full blast and top down. This hard driving classic by David Lee Roth and the boys takes me away and puts me behind the wheel. Just like the previous Red Barchetta, I can picture myself burning down the avenue, throwing my troubles to the wind. Even though Panama is laced with double entendre, it's really about Dave's car, inspired by a road race he saw in Las Vegas. Here's a quick fun fact about the tune. The natural sound effect of Eddie Van Halen's Lamborghini is heard during the bridge of the song. According to producer Ted Templeman, he backed the car up as close to the studio as possible and attached microphones to the exhaust pipe. Number 5. Mercury Blues by David Lindley. Originally called Mercury Boogie, this heart-pumping ditty is a glowing tribute to the American automobile. Written in 1949 by K.C. Douglas about Mercury's latest model, the song Mercury Blues has been covered by many artists, including Steve Miller, Alan Jackson, and Dwight Yoakam. But I enjoy David Lindley's version for its stylish percussion and bright bluesy guitar riffs. Any way you hear it though, it's great. Makes me crazy about a Mercury. Number 4, Little Red Corvette by Prince. Like so many other works by this prolific purple performer, this song is really about sex. But unlike his previous racy tracks that were basically straightforward sex rants, Prince used metaphoric imagery, in this case a red Corvette. Many people still think of the car when they hear the song. Number 3, Maybellene by Chuck Berry, one of my personal favorites. And it was Chuck Berry's first recorded song. Remodeled after Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys version of Ida Red, a traditional fiddle tune, Maybellene tells the story of a hot rod race and a conked-out romance. The genius of the song is that it could be about a girl who keeps cheating on her man, or about a feisty V8 Ford. More than 70 artists have covered this definitive automobile song. Number 2, Hot Rod Lincoln by Johnny Bond. A song to answer Archie Shibley and his Mountain Dew Boys' 1951 hit, Hot Rod Race, which was a song about an auto race out of San Pedro between a Ford and a Mercury. Hot Rod Lincoln starts out by referencing Shibley's ballad and drives up the spiral highway to the top of Lewiston Hill in Lewiston, Idaho. This signature anthem of the hot rod population has been covered multiple times, and each version is slightly altered. And number 1, Little Deuce Coupe by the Beach Boys. Rushed through production in the summer of 1963, this love song about a 32 Ford Roadster was also a bragging song, praising the car's flathead mill and competition clutch to the lake pipes that flank the rocker panel. This baby's pink slip owner is mighty proud of its get up and go. But 140 miles an hour is being modest. I've heard of Little Deuce Coupes that have gone much faster, some higher than 200. This tune only hit number 4 on the chart in its day, but it's number 1 here, and a true car classic. And there you have it, the top 10 list of favorite songs written about a car. Until next time, this is Dean saying, put your best pen forward and be a strong rider. Goodbye, everybody.